For each of the 52 scripts, we bring together the scriptwriters, designers, storyboard artists, director, producers and Rowan Atkinson to discuss all the elements that go into making the animated Mr. Bean.
So should we start with the designs? She's called Roxy, isn't she now? And we should be getting a new version. It's still a rough version of the song, which has recorded.
Okay, so we start on a close-up of Roxy, which is part of the main poster, whatever the final design has decided on. Okay, so we go back to the jaw drop in 250.
Yeah, I think Zach, he's absolutely frozen.
Yeah.
247, 250, 254, 252, it's just the same. And then he just falls out.
Right. No twitch.
No twitch.
I've got.
Oh, I see.
A slight twitch and then over backwards.
No, I guess no.
Straight over. Okay.
Does he close his eyes before he falls backwards? Technique.
No.
Would it be in character for him to close his eyes before he falls backwards? No. It's just sort of.
Just roll slightly.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It could I could just make him, stiff as a board, basically.
Yeah, I think it's funnier if he doesn't close his eyes.
The bodyguard in close-up recognises him and scowls. We wipe to a corridor. Bodyguard marches Bean into the centre. I think he's got to stop in some way or do some kind of action.
Oh, I see.
It's almost turning the spotlight.
Well, I just finished.
Yes, that's what I was thinking, that the spotlight goes down on him.
Or maybe he could just start sweeping again. Maybe he could just look at the thing and then go, sigh, start sweeping.
Well, shouldn't he look at? He should turn and look out the door.
Yeah, there should be some sort of introduction to her.
Yeah. He is dreaming of Roxy, definitely.
Yes.
So if he did that, I just don't think he should be held doing that. I think he should then.
I think he should put it upright and lean on. I think he should put the broom upright, put his hands on top of the broom.
Dreaming.
And do that kind of dream, and
If only.
and you kind of drift into him and it flares, or whatever beautiful way you want to go
The
into
spotlight
the image.
will maybe come down as we start travelling up, and then it's on there.
Sorry, you say it's a broom rather than a mop?
Yes. And only to. I mean, actually, here it doesn't matter. I mean, here it could be the nearest thing, to hand for Bean, and the hairstyle then is a nice.
Very good indeed.
Well, it's getting there. I still think we can do one more, but.
I mean, I would love to hear the phrase "Where have you been?" more often. Actually, I mean, I think.
Sorry.
Because I feel as though that to me possibly should be at least the perceived title of the song. I mean, we don't have to change the lyric much if at all. At the end there, my funny man, where have you been all my life? Where have you been should be the last line that she sings. You know what I mean? And a where have you been? Maybe instead of that all my life as well after the second verse. And also somehow actually the way the music is phrased and also the way she's singing it, she doesn't put much emphasis on been. It's almost a bit of a down moment. Where have you been? She's singing, whereas you feel, where have you been? And so he can pick up on that. I feel as though, yeah, exactly, to really.
We probably underplayed it a bit for that very reason of not going.
Yeah,
it's a song for him.
Yeah, yeah.
But we can push that more.
That was 20 almost.
That's what it is. It's going to be on a spin, then it goes. here, and then spin it.
And catch her down here.
Yeah, and then
And then remember the time. That's a very funny idea.
Okay, thank you. And again.
The legs are unique.
The first stage of the process was to get the scripts, and then to get the storyboards based on the scripts, which are drawn up by the artists at Richard Purdham's. And then we would record to the storyboards, and it was actually with Rowan, the sessions would be going through small sections, and him actually having done some live action film stuff for the animators, he would then come in and record to the storyboard in short sections, which would then give us Mr. Bean's reactions and actions and noises for the scenes in question.
I'll sweep it up. And you imagine that you hear her singing Where Have You Been twice again from under the stage, and almost nostalgically I think, oh, Bean, and then dancing with the broom underneath the stage, only to be confronted by a horrific clown-like prop, which makes you jump, fall into a pile of boxes, and then a mother goose hen lands on your head, and you blindly stagger around and press a lever.
Right, okay.
Rolling.
26A autograph panels 323 to 334, take one.
Bean.
Very good.
Terrific.
Once we produced the storyboard and the designs and everything in terms of our side of things, we would send Varga, the production studio on Mr. Bean, we would send them a large box full of all the reference material that they would need, and it was something rather like this, and in it would be essentially the Bible for that particular episode, and they'd receive a storyboard, very detailed storyboard with dialogue and any particular notes that they might need. We would film the storyboard, and over it, with the help of Dick Purdham and Rowan Atkinson, who would do the voices himself, we would just do a rough read of dialogue over the frozen still storyboard drawings. This helps us to time out the action and give a guide to Varga.
My job is, I get given keyframes and I have to sort of create a mood and the colour basically. Choose the colour for each keyframes. I've used various things. So this is the interior of an apartment store, so we wanted a sort of 70s sort of John Lewis feel to it. So we've got a 70s, well actually 60s, 70s sort of feel. And Dave, the main designer, sort of liked all of these colours, so we've basically created a sort of feeling around that really.